Mid from Orange. C9. Some solid post play. Look at this late wrap coming out as well. Let's see if Leaf can take this contact. He really wants to take a fight here. It's his strong point, his aim. Let's see if the position's going to be a little bit too wide. He goes out to the side. Do you see the shock dart coming in? Zed up. Perfect timing for one.
So
but
much
he is going to go
spraying,
down, and
dude.
it's even trades for now. 2v2, make it 2v1 as GMD. Only good for a single. Poise hits back, and C9.
All right, what's happening over here? What's happening over here? What's going on?
For the hat trick.
100 Thieves, one pistol.
And this is what I'm talking about. You see
Asuna
how
got
they're
3.
Not going just
Okay.
full straight bonus of Spectres. They're getting a Vandal on Asuna. They're getting an Ares right away on Steel. And I think this might be the next evolution of how bonus rounds are played, where you don't full on go SMG and just concede round 3 basically, or have a really hard time winning round 3. You have a couple of bigger pieces of firepower that you can put forward in that third round to kind of help make sure that you kind of keep the streak going.
And with Steel playing so far off, right, looking down B long, it's hard to get overwhelmed when you're just sending 50 rounds downrange from that area. So it really keeps this squad, this Rice and Meatball squad, at bay without having to use any utility. You can still see the setup from the Killjoy.
Indeed, both Nano Swarm are still covering the near side of that yellow area if they tried to push in and plant.
Oh my God, this crosshair is tiny.
Stall that out. Turret will be there as an alert system as he kind of keeps an eye on the under 2 position. Bit of an A stack was being played by 100T early, but now they're rotating off of it as Steel is starting to hear a little bit of pressure on B, and his turret now tips his hands.
Playing the high ground though. Hopping from top of tube. Oh, there we go. The gun bot starts to come online, and how do you
gun is so
overwhelm
big,
the Ares
dude.
with pistols? You just can't. Now, Baby J received a heal earlier in the round. Oh man, this not very long for the world. Yeah.
Absolute nightmare situation there for him. That's great play there from 100T. Getting that rotation, using the stalling tactics of the Nano Swarm to buy time for it. And yeah, here we go. Vandal and Ares come through. Full rifles for Rice and Meatballs, of course. That's a given. And Ethan has money now to full buy his own rifle. So instead of the full-on bonus of like maybe 1 gun, 1 Marshall or something, and 4 Spectres, you're going to have 3 rifles and 2 Spectres, I think. Actually, what does Ethan do with that 4400 credits? Is he actually...
Could say
holy.
Quite honestly, I mean, the showstopper, we're going to find a couple of kills. Now, Asuna only finds 1, but he backs away unscathed.
That worked out very well.
That was nice.
Holy shit.
Goodness, that's exactly what you like to see from Asuna.
Nah, he just full sent that thing, bro. That is a tough pill to swallow that early in a round. If you're right,
Good
on
slow.
your first full buy, they're going to try to follow up anyway, though, on the quick take. But Nitro and company still in the area. They are getting pummeled. And Ethan was just straight rocking the ghost this whole time. And he gets a kill with it.
It's been very discombobulated on this take, starting things off with the showstopper, paint shells to follow, and really everything being thrown at this squad, and the kills just continue to find their way through. The rifles continue to find their marks. Like you said, this
Damn, they're
is
just
a round
they're just ego
it felt
peeking
like
these
it could go
guys.
either way because the arsenal wasn't full from 100 Thieves. It's a pseudo bonus, and I mean,
and look at all the free
everything in
Vandals
their
they
favor.
get. They're like, heck yeah, bro, I'm down, dude. And Ethan has he's still almost 8,000 credits. He go at near 6,000 credits. Oh
no.
They are in such good shape right now, and there's not a whole lot that Rice and Meatballs can say about it. Just some sheriffs and a marshal.
Koala, maybe the knives, they'd be able to get a kill. Rara picking up one on a steal, so that kind of opens things up over towards this B side, and that orb fainted by Baby J, but they are going to toss it on over. There's the
Thoughts on the bonus round meta? I think it's good. There's whoever said the pros don't outweigh the cons. I think they definitely do.
Gets those knives back online, but
What's going on?
Rara, oh my goodness, walks through mid, easy peasy, and finds a 3K on the round. Finally will get traded, but that duo that I was talking about, Dust, both the Rez and the Blaze off the board, and Makalov looking to follow.
Oh my
he got spotted though by Ethan, able to get the spam through there, and heal still standing, wall blocking the 4 penetration towards defending spawn. Nitro catches Def, and somehow, even with Rar's efforts, it's all down to Baby J, and he is done for. Ethan with the huge responding hat trick to match Rara's, and somehow 100T bring that round.
That was pretty good eco. Rara got 3.
But also a gut-wrenching blow to RAMB.
Yeah, RAMB.
I'm down.
Light on the
yeah, you want to make sure on this map, you want to make sure no matter your character, you don't want to be too close to the wall crouched. That's how, remember how the guy was in Nest up here? He was in Nest and he went to the corner and crouched and he just saw him right through it. You know, these walls are really, really thin.
The free publicity, so I do respect it. It's fun, you know? Rice and meatballs, it's pretty innocent.
Oh.
Ouch.
Ooh.
What a shot.
Yeah, that's not innocent. Look away. Baby J finds a huge kill onto Austin, I believe, delivering his 2nd death of the game as we find ourselves 5 rounds in. But Ethan's able to trade one back. Resurrection still online. Ethan nearing his, only 1 pip away. And there it is. Takes away Rara's res and now has his
Why is the quality so disgusting? Because we're streaming. We're streaming a stream. That's why. The amount of quality that's being lost is crazy, actually.
Cutting everybody down, and he goes
to
follow suit. 5 rounds now in a row for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, 100 Thieves are so quick to respond to everything. Like, Baby J gets a good entry, but then Ethan sits back and grabs 2 to get the numbers back and buy time for that rotation that 100T. Just keep going to work.
Oh, no.
Yeah, sure, maybe Ethan gets exposed on the res on Asuna, but Nitro had him covered. And so they're always having the spacing where they need to be. You can tell that they're a well-drilled team. I expect that from a Steel-led team with Nitro, who's also known as one of the better in-game leaders from CSGO North America, kind of being that in-tandem leadership. And Ethan's only going to get better and better as he plays this game more and more, man. Again, he still does not have that. How many official maps do you think he has under his belt right now? Like, less than 20, right?
Yeah, I would imagine
he only played Masters
right around there.
So, yeah, it's got to be really low. Showing you that aim he brought up from CSGO as well. He was considered one of the real, like, big talents in NA lately on that Evil Geniuses squad.
Freebie. Oh, that's so good. That is so good. Holy shit.
See when it goes from Ares to Operator.
He wasn't close enough, so his swarm bot wasn't active, and he realized that and he took advantage of it.
Raise nice and early, takes a whole lot of clutch potential off the board. Eco not too sure what to do with his hands there, playing out towards Boiler, but needs to be careful on the flank.
One
and as
tap.
I say, it makes me eat my words. A beautiful one tap onto Def to try and slow things down for a moment, and the rest of the squad is collapsing on Rice and Meatballs. A 1v3 here for Makalov. He's got a Marshall and a classic to his name. Hiko just sticking the throw. A little bit of disrespect coming into this one as he closes out the round on his counterpart.
Yes, I want to check. This map.
Do you think Nitro also makes call, or is it just Steel? When you're playing on a team in this environment, it's kind of a little bit of everybody, because if you're on defense, and let's say Steel is the B player, he doesn't really know what's going on at A because he's not there. His A players know what's going on at A. So if Ethan or Asuna or whatever, like they feel a certain situation out very well, they're gonna call and be like, hey, listen, like they're a little weak here, let's try to do this. And Steel kind of goes, all right, well, they're the A players, they should know the situation, so yeah, let's do it. So a little, like when you're playing on a team in this environment, it's not just one person calling. People have input across the map.
So we could see a little bit of a Killjoy Venn diagram. Always fun to watch on the mini-map if that comes out. But right now you can see Makalov trying to challenge with the drone a little bit at Long B, getting some intel. Only spots the one operator, which they already knew about that. What they don't know is that Ethan is playing right here in that closet position for a bit of a bait and switch if they commit. But they're going to retreat back to A. Problem is, eventually, we can see them kind of aggro through B and get a flank off. And there's still 2 players defending A with, you know, Hiko not too far
Is it
away
different
from
on
controlling
offense?
middle.
Yeah, it's a little different on offense. Offense is usually just one person.
What I
But not
will
always.
say is you can be a little
One person
tricky
can't
with
read
the
everything.
lockdown. Oh my goodness, you can't be tricky there. Ethan just popping the grate there of the Omen. Def can be the first off the board. Asuna holding it down as he backs away. Resurrection
Oh,
to come up.
oh.
It's been quite some time since we've seen that, and here we go. Rice and Meatballs starting to turn it on, lighting a fire. Now 1 player up due to the resurrection. They still have the ult on the table, but as you said, that Venn diagram,
They're on the
quite
board.
possibly on the table as well. Makalov finds a revenge kill onto Hiko. They counterpart down, and
Oh,
this is looking pretty dire. As
Wait.
they say it, though. Nitro once more on the flank, looking to bring up the rear, trying to collapse completely on this squad. Seal with the operator in hand, but Nitro still going to work. The rest of the squad dying around him, but he's trying to get it done. Dodges out on the recon bolt, and in a 1v2 has a smoke available. Paranoia and Shrouded Step also on the table should he choose to use it. Def playing the high ground. Makalov out towards stairs. Def can
Imagine he
drop
headshot him right
down.
there,
Doesn't
dude.
have the angle.
Dude, he
Nitro
could win
goes
this.
free.
He gets the
Makalov
half, he peeks,
might
he
just
kills
go
him, he
for
wins.
spray.
Oh, so
But
close.
Makalov matches 3K for 3K, and Rice and Meatballs now on the board.
Yeah,
I don't
on
even
the
know if he had
board,
enough
but
time, though.
labored,
Even if he gets
right?
that
They had
kill.
such a quick succession of 3
He
kills.
probably
to
still wouldn't
tilt
have had
the
enough
odds
time.
So much in their favor, but I think that was a 2-on-4 that Nitro got eventually into a 1-on-1, so that was very scary. Rice and Meatballs, though, nonetheless do get the round. Their economy, though, still looks at the rebuy 4 of their players. That does not set them up nicely, as there's still so much in the reserve for 100 Thieves. They still have all their ults in play as well. Same could be said for Rice and Meatballs. None got dished out in that late round situation. Odin now out for steal as well. Just, you know, different weapon every time, I guess. Every time he dies, like, new weapon.
And he's made it work.
True.
He's going for like a little
Ooh, I love
around the
this.
world as far as the weapons go.
Look at all the ground Asuna's getting off of this. So much intel, so much flanking capability. They've left B vulnerable to do it, but
Get out of my way!
They go kind of right back to that default, but like you said, a lot of space bought out, and now they're privy to this. You hear, or you don't see really anything out towards mid. You hear the alt door being picked up towards B, and they'll just holding on to that lockdown.
yep.
All 5 members stacked up too, so there's no flank coming through underneath tube.
This is an interesting lockdown because it's going to cover all of Long B, basically. They might be able to get into site, then they'll have to press into defending spawn as a post-plant location.
Ooh, okay, so yeah, it doesn't necessarily clear out towards yellow, so they have some room to play with.
He
Makalov
died
looking for the lockdown. finds
with
the
the
kill on top
lockdown?
of it.
Hello?
Steel hanging out for just a bit too long. He's gonna be shredded. He's
Oh.
looking to do the same.
Oh.
Shock darts finding quite a bit of
Oh.
Asuna with the showstopper once more, and the rifle on the back end. The zoomer getting it done. The lockdown gonna be used in response, and Makalov feeling himself with another 3K, 6 kills. In the last 2 rounds, the spike yet to get planted. It'll finally go down. In a 2v2 retake. Nitro and Ethan, the players that have been swapping back and forth the roles, now need to work together to find the kills. Nitro gonna swing out from Snowman.
Nice
quite
shots,
possibly gonna
dude.
be
This
spotted
guy's
by the
owning.
Makalov, and Ace on the horizon. Ethan inside the tube, no wall. No res, not a whole lot working in favor. Picks up the first, you see the fragging power, but the ace comes through. Makalov with the flick to get it done.
Such a great round from Makalov. Obviously, he gets the ace. He also shuts down the lockdown, gets a lot of value out the Hunter's Fury.
There's 100
and
Thieves
then
at a compound or at
cleans house
home.
From that point forward.
Looks like they're at home. Their pings are all over the place. 3 of them have the same
finally,
ping,
a little bit of
though.
life out of Rice and Meatballs.
So maybe
here.
3 of
Just
them
love
could
from
be
the shadows
together.
On Def, who unfortunately has yet to find a kill this game. That needs to change. The 100 Thieves this far ahead, and with them all playing fairly well. Big energy left from Makalov, but how replicable is that? Is the question you have to ask yourself. As we are going to see Rice and Meatballs look to put on some heavy A pressure early here. And they're all committed to
They're at
this.
home.
All 5 here. Steel moving that operator over. They're now changing up their defense. I love the dynamic defense of 100 Thieves. You know, never giving you the same look. Making it hard for offense to read. Steel misses the shot.
That's
unfortunately,
crazy,
looked away.
dude. Doing that alone.
Now, Rice
With a
Meatballs, do
turret
have read
watching
on
your
that, though,
upper.
right?
That's
That
really
the
cool.
Killjoy is going to be set up towards A. Maybe it shifts things. Maybe they don't even care because they've been hitting B. And Steel had an Odin, an operator, and Ares to set up
He got a
all of it.
kill!
Steel
What's that
finally
tornado?
able to land a shot. Yeah, somehow, some way, that turret was staying alive for a bit too long, and Kualanu able to trade back a kill. All said and done, 4v4.
It was crushing his timings on his shots, and it actually caused Quality to be able to close distance and actually get the trade back there. So it's now 4-on-4. Spike likely to go down. Ethan and Asunada maybe not going to let that happen.
Completely denying that, and Hiko.
Oh my god, he flicked so high.
Kualanu going up top, low on.
How did he do that?
He will eventually fall, and Makalov will get that spike plant, but maybe only some credits for his worries. Nitro on the flank. Hiko coming from heaven. Close that one out, completely sandwiched as 100 Thieves push their way to 7.
It is over.
I want to watch this last round.
Moving up towards another showstopper for Leaf. Would like to see this one connect properly. Obviously, the last one was a bit of a hilarity. We're going to go over towards A now, where it's going to come down to Sean
Double
so
two?
far solo on the defense. Relic's looking over
Interesting.
for potential A or mid aggression, and he might find a couple. At this point, the ball's going to come down, and the plant should be following soon.
It's
Oh,
still going though, and
no.
Relics, he's actually going to lose it. Even though
Skylar,
the info
no.
where the smoke came from, he thought he might have had the position.
What was he
He's gonna
gonna?
die, so
What was he gonna
Gen G
smoke there? I don't
away
understand.
scot-free with that one. No trade.
They have
And
that
this one
aggro
making sure there's
smoke.
no
They
late
probably are gonna
rotation
get
coming
through.
from C9, but they still have the minute on the clock to play with.
I think that was actually Sean's wall. I thought that was Mitch's wall, and that looked like C9 were going to go for it. But if that was actually Sean's wall, which it probably was, that's going to push C9 out, and C9 will respect it. Like you said, still a minute, so they can go anywhere on the map. They've, you know, pulled players off from Gen G onto A, and we would have seen on earlier rounds, Gen G have overcommitted onto A more than a few times, but
Yeah.
one time where they would have loved to have kept Iman over here. He's gone. Shot from Flynn. Have to take a shot from Lee first. Can't get out alive.
Dance around the
Oh my
bullets
God.
does not work out for him. Sean good for a single before Poise trade. C9B still man down. It looks like they should be able to get this plant down.
What was that
Still
dart?
not quite hitting the mark. Looking to my plant that was a little bit wider. Zeta as well, so sharp on the stick. Oh my lord, 2 quick ones. Poise unable to trade initially, paranoid, and he's just going to have to hold his ground for the moment. Cloudburst. Keep a thought in the back of GMD's mind. It looks like Poise is going to go on the aggressive, wrapping around. Every time GMD
Well
looks
done.
back the right direction and will connect for.
Well done. Gun round.
Man,
Good timing.
it's a great start for 100T, that's for sure. They're one of those big name teams that, you know, you're expecting to make challengers, right?
Right.
Same could be said for Sentinels and FaZe and Immortals and Envy, and a couple of those guys didn't deliver. A couple did. 100T's trying to not be on that walk of shame. Off to, you know, a good move in
Walk
the
of
right direction.
shame. Good.
And no free clout for these teams, right? I can only imagine all the love given over to EBG after taking down.
Holy.
But more importantly,
So much
this
space
next
with that
round,
dash.
Rice and Meatballs trying to battle
That was
for
good.
the 4-round is Koala.
That was good.
Baby J able to get things started off.
They knew that he was
pretty
solo
well, and because
offing,
of that
so they got
resurrection,
ahead of
the
it.
last round, it won't be available
And
on
they
the
just
rifle
pushed
for
his
Rice and
ass.
Meatballs. So 100 Thieves. Backs against the wall, and Asano, some way, somehow, no way he gets that done. Now he's got the showstopper online. He's got a couple targets.
What he got
acquired.
two?
Asano now he gets a double kill with it.
Oh
Asano
my
is an
God.
actual madman.
There was someone under him that died
And
because
who
of that.
better?
And
It's
this
a 1v2.
plant
It's
is.
Hiko. He can absolutely
He's gonna
get
stick
this
it.
clutched out. He's looking
Oh,
at the stick, and
dude.
Makalov drops on down. And he will find the kill, but oh my goodness. 100 Thieves, how did you almost do that?
I don't know, man. Rice and Meatballs had a great start to the round. They put so much pressure on Steel with that Hunter's Fury. They closed distance well. They got some good initial trades on site for the spike plant. But the other thing you have to think about is none of these rounds have come easy for Rice and Meatballs. They keep losing, you know, 3, even sometimes 4 members on their way to the finish line, and it's keeping their economy direly low. They've had to rebuy several players here. And so if 100 Thieves can just come right back at them with the victory, they're right back to, you know, low econ. On the other end, though, if Rice and Meatballs can take a victory here, well, I guess econ doesn't matter. What am I saying? It's the last round.
True.
I sometimes get my numbers confused, you know, back and forth between having this.
Yeah, fewer rounds here in this, and
You will
now
not
fewer
kill
players
my
for
ally.
Rice and Meatballs, but there's the resurrection. So
I'm a doofus. You just take the rest of this, bud.
not all that bad. Steel forced to back away off the back end of the Owl drone. Location still revealed, and Kuala trying to match. Is able to take the turret down for now, and only 3 members on the site. 400 Thieves looking to play defense, and Kuala on this jump up position, able to stay alive for a moment. Brar gonna find a kill on
Oh.
the gonna continue to go wide for Steel, and Def will sit him down. Now Hiko makes his way onto the site, trying to do some damage and buy some time, but 100 Thieves on the back foot, a player down, and Qualanu looking to find the angles with the daggers. Cuts it down to 2, make it 1, says Baby J. The operator back in hand, and Rice and Meatballs battle back.
If Dignitas win this pistol,
Indeed, they do. A nice finish to the half there with the
this
couple
could be a
rounds
solid
near the
game.
end. Just they kept up the pace so often. They were always just looking to scrap and just take the fight to 100T, and they finally got a couple of rounds forced through there at the end. Some of those rounds close, but enough was done to get the victory, and that's what matters. Big start to the half from 100T. Had a big lead of 8-2 at one point. I think they had 6 unanswered rounds to start the half. You could tell how dynamic they were with their setups, you know, constantly pivoting Steel's location, constantly changing up who was
Wait,
playing
was the guy in
long
the
B, who was
tube too?
entering A,
I thought
how
it was
aggressive they
underneath
were gonna
him.
Be at middle. Definitely.
I think there was 2
threw some
inside that
fireworks
tube.
out there, and it shows on the scoreboard with their
That's
lead.
funny.
But Rice and Meatballs have shrunk it just a bit.
Wow.
Nice way to battle back,
I like
though,
this
trying to
pistol.
steal away
I've seen
some
it
of
a
that
lot.
momentum that Rice and Meatballs may have been.
It really comes
picking
down to
up,
hitting your
cutting
shots.
Down 2 members and a heal onto a teammate.
This one specifically.
Keep everybody
You just
nice
click
and healthy.
heads.
Def, though, finds that one onto the Sage. No longer going to have that utility for the spike plant. And Steel creeps on up towards the site. This isn't necessarily a free site. Could be in a bit of trouble.
Wow.
We're now cut down to a 2v3, and Steel 32 health. No way to heal, and Makalov still alive. Multi-kill Maka. Quite possibly could be the thing to turn this round upside down. As I say that, though, Nitro with the lurk once more. And I mean, what Nitro is just always been a thorn, the backstab multiple times here in this matchup.
Yeah, Nitro back into familiar territory on that Omen. You love to see it.
Well, this ain't looking good for
100Th's
Dig.
not letting
They might
Rice
lose
and
this first map.
Meatballs continue
I
that
might close.
last 2 round momentum in the
I
first
might
half.
close
They're going
100
no pistols
Thieves.
here on
Watch
Icebox,
this
and
match.
I'm actually kind of curious to see how they play out their attacking side once we get to gun rounds. We're not going to get there just yet. But, I mean, a lot of teams have basically made Icebox in the North American scene a site set piece simulator, right? It's either rush A or rush B. Maybe you do a little bit of fake A, then you go back B, or vice versa. Not a whole lot of mid control being used on the attacking side, except for Gen G. I think it's like the only team that would do it. So yeah, I'm kind of curious what maybe 100T's been cooking up as they're looking to stamp on this A site.
And Asuna, again, aggro buys the Vandal after winning that pistol round and gets punished for it quite a bit. A nice little op shot chips him down again. The heal's still available, so not topped off, but at the very least, nice and healthy. Is going to take another full shot as Hiko. It's down Makalov, counterpart now off the board, and Ethan gets a bit too aggressive, is eventually going to fall, and that might be the only kill that this Rice and Meatball squad can find. And as I say, Rara makes me eat my words. He's got a sheriff. What am I talking about? He was good for 3 the last time around. Baby J looking to do a bit of damage of his own, but the running gun gets too
Nitro!
strong. Nitro once more to close things out.
Go.
Double digits now, 400 Thieves.
Yeah, kind of just taking care of
All right,
his
this gun round.
round's a bit of a formality.
100
but
Thieves
now
wins
we
the
do
gun
see
round. I
full
mean, it's
buy up
over.
here
I'm gonna turn off this stream if they win this gun
from
round or bonus round. I'm sorry.
defensive side of Rice and Meatballs. This is their big chance, man. If this doesn't work out, they're force buying basically the rest of the game. Meanwhile, you see that same kind of hybrid approach to the bonus here. You have the one rifle on Asuna. Steel will actually indeed pick up the Spectre. And I'm not sure. Ethan might just stay on a Ghost again. He did so last time. He's doing so again here. To kind of keep that money buffer high.
Beautiful there with the boombot to stop any forward aggression through tube. And guess what? Smokes out through kitchen. You gotta be wary. It's
Let's
Asuna.
go, Rara!
Able to change positions and cut down 2. Now 2 for 2 is the trade. But Asuna a whole lot worse for wear with only 30 HP to his name.
Yeah, indeed, the Sage is the one off the board, too, so no ability to heal Asana back up. As we're going to see how this 3v3 plays out, a little bit of bait and switch possible here between Def and Koala, who has Koala tucked into the corner. It looks like these do want to test the waters here of this long B position. I like that they were trying to challenge mid early. It almost worked out well for them. They had a great double entry, but just
Oh, Koala.
gets caught, though.
Oh.
Def does respond.
What are you guys
but Asuna
doing?
on for the ace.
And It's the 30 HP Asuna, mind you, still finding 2 kills. Is gonna toss out the ultimate and not find a whole lot, unfortunately, but with that info, they spot the killjoy. They say, hey, let's just go A. There's no reason to try and play this out like this. Asuna is gonna get caught out eventually and taken down, so Ace now off the board, but that spike to be planted. And I said it before, I cursed him. I'm not gonna say it again.
Lose
The 1v1
these,
situation,
okay?
Rice and Meatballs looking to
Hiko is a
regain
veteran
some
of the
this
craft. This dude has 30 years of experience.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one
He
here.
doesn't
Can he do it?
Lose these.
Got a lot of time. Hiko loves having that.
Placing sentry.
Oh my goodness, Baby J, a beautiful play
Don't
there.
interrupt
One
my
fake is
work.
all it took for Rice and Meatballs. Now 5 rounds, the deficit, but they start to mount their attack. It's just,
My
it
genius
costs so
doesn't
much
stop
to
in
do
the
it.
lab.
Yeah, I just really thought 100T kind of
31 years of experience. My
Based on
bad.
how they handled Koala and Def at Long B, I thought they had, you know, kind of patched up what damage Rara had done. We're in the 2v1, but just Asuna getting caught there gave Baby J a chance, and he was able to deliver upon it. Well clutched there by him. Full buy, though, now for 100T. Remember, that was their bonus round, so to speak. Now you have Maka actually having to play the Bulldog and Def having to play the Bucky, so a little bit softened up on the firepower, and A is vulnerable, and that's exactly where 100Ts are looking to take this attack early on. The Boombot leading the way here from Asuna.
I mean, does he ever stop holding the
They're playing
W?
retake?
He is just full force,
Baby J
full
can't die on this
speed.
retake. He cannot
A
die.
blast pack to find the shots, the W key to find the shots. Asuna
I don't like that he's leading. I don't like
on a
this.
Swivel, push onto the side. Baby J trying to hold it down and doing a pretty good job in doing so with those nano swarms, slowing down the push for just a moment. That barrier orb gonna be used. Asuna now taken off the board. Maybe I hyped him up a bit too much coming into this attack because he was the
What an
first
ang.
one to fall. No resurrection online. On the opposite end of things, lockdowns mirrored.
Oh, wow.
There it is. There's a Venn diagram for you, and there's really nothing to stop either of these.
Yeah, this is wild.
And which one are you in? It's hard to
I don't
tell
know.
which one you're in. As Def just continues to go
What is
aggressive.
going on?
Nobody detained
Uh-oh.
on the defenders, but the attackers, 100 Thieves, they're able to lock down 2. Koala Noob not being one of them, so 2 of 3. Finding a kill, it's all up to Hiko to try and clutch things out. One shot.
Veteran of the craft!
Very close. Button out his head. Oh my goodness, the shot's not even being on target.
Oh, baby!
Kill onto Maka now.
31
But
years!
they surely have
Woo!
0 time. The spike to blow, and Hiko gets it done.
That was sick.
Oh man, the timing's so good for 100T on engaging those nano swarms. Perfect use of the shock rush and Fury from Hiko. Perfect stalling tactics from Cine to get the kills they needed to allow Hiko to be secure in the back to get off those arrows. Things got dangerous when Def and Koala were closing distance, but Steel and Company did just enough to set Hiko up for this 1v3, doing what he does best, and that's finishing off rounds, being that cleanup crew. Such great use of the kid Asova there.
There's nothing you could do about that. You can't really hang your head. You just go right back to work as Baby J does. Popping the Great Steel, so counterpart down. Now Rara be taking some damage on the way down as they shot out the wall. And
Bro.
100 Thieves just look like they're having a good
Oh,
time.
they knew, bro. They saw that wall. They're like, I know for a fact why that wall's there. Like, there's no other reason that wall would be there. As they get the entry, they get the res. Rara, I mean, he's been quietly doing a lot of damage throughout all these rounds. Koala runs out of daggers, except for I think he's got 1 left with 5 HP.
Makalov just trying to find anything, and like you said, 1 dagger.
Papa
Pretty
great.
good. Only 5
him a
HP,
haircut.
and that's all it takes right here. Find the
One
grape
haircut.
of 1. Unfortunately, that
1 balloon
spike is-
pop. Nah. Well, 100T, 7 map points. They just like they're outclassing Rice and Meatballs,
Yeah.
if we're honest. I mean, I don't mean that in any type of negative way, but I mean, what can you say? Look at the scoreboard. Look at the kill feed. The bottom fragger of 100T is
Well,
tied
this
with
is
the
over.
top fragger of Rice and Meatballs. They just look so much more confident. Their trading efficiency is just a little bit higher.
See if they can on an entry here. No one really
Missed
showing
everything.
themselves for C9.
Oh my
They
God,
got
he just
very
got out.
Passive. Forced out
It
by
literally
the
looked like he
lockdown.
got detained.
See
Actually.
that? 2 shock darts and a paint shells trying to get rid of that lockdown, but unfortunately all 3 will miss. The blast packs are going to try and delete this wall as well, but the plant's going to come through anyway, and Cloud9, they haven't stopped the plant. And GENG, they have the Hunter's Fury for this post plant, win with the first pick on the Leaf, and that's the star play for C9 down again.
Yeah, these post plants as well with that Hunter's Fury. It's a force to be reckoned with. Let's see if C9 have any chance now. They are
Nitro.
again. This Hunter's Fury surely popped on tap. There it is. Kale, another onto Mitch. C9, the numbers thinned in a matter of moments. Boys, see you later.
It is going to be shot down, and it is assumed that the raise is still there. But a 2v2 and a very winnable round for Rice and Meatballs.
No,
Stay on
I
the
don't
board,
see it.
Ethan.
Oh,
He first to contact with the flick, finds Magloff.
Alright,
Now
over.
death, the last one.
cool.
Not full armor. What's Relic's going to get here? Oh, barely gets to be afforded something, so they find it in the economy. They dig deep into their wallets here for Cloud9. What do we got? 3 players on 0. GENG, operator versus operator. We haven't seen actually too much of that because both teams at either stage have been too poor to have an operator when the other team does have one. So for the first time, maybe both the Jets could be lining up.
Okay. Turret
Nice.
spotted. Mitch does not
didn't panic
care.
there.
Takes it out and goes
Steady.
back for more, but he is going to be punished again. So,
Healed the wrong person.
when they are most potent, they are getting these entries. They are winning the aggressive battles. And for the last couple of rounds, they haven't been. GENG fully aware that that was the win condition for C9. So getting these picks themselves, they're converting these rounds time and time again. Are we going to see the same situation here? Zeta looking to get aggressive
He's
in
been
through the
marked.
tube. It's so hard for him to clear this angle. Kusta makes light work of him. Recon both as well to see if Leaf is hanging around. And he is. He's going wide, and Leaf makes it work. Somehow, someway, this man, the mechanical god, Poise, has to fall back. Doesn't want to go down to a spam in the smoke there. GENG playing in the post plant with the numbers again.
Poise, because he's on an operator,
Wall is
not
so
ideal
sick.
for the retake. Would love to be able to swap over to a rifle, especially now that Leaf is gone. So this is not looking great. Sean will take down Poise. It's just going to come down to 1. Relics has to do it all. 1 versus 3. And to be fair, look, I think he will go for it. The problem here is, if once Cloud9 loses, I'm pretty sure they're losing this round, there's just no money, more money left. So there is a world where Relic should be holding up to the gun. He's going to go for the play. Sean will shut him down. And now Cloud9 have to be looking towards Eco. As mentioned, 3 players from C9 for this round went down to 0.
Reinvestment.
You guys are trolls.
Costs a little bit for GENG, but look at that economy. It's stable. This comeback can certainly become a reality. And they can get it done in regulation. So you love to see it. GENG doing all the right things at the right moment, and C9 maybe getting a bit big for their boots after a very good start to the half.
It's just stuff like where C9 run out of information. You see Zeta trying to walk down tube to check, getting punished. Lethal tray, but dies as well. That's actually a pretty huge recon coming through, so respect given to that. Might slow things down. GENG have also got a res to work with. Not expecting too much fancy feet coming through from the Shadows play either. For GENG, this round is really about navigating through the 1 Bucky on Relics, and he's really heavily pushed up over towards B on green. That's only going to be paying dividends if GENG starts shifting over, and they are. So, Relics, here we go. Bucky time.
Let's see if it has the impact that we all want to see.
That's so
but
ballsy,
Eric's
dude.
position at least exposed by the drone.
I would have at least jump spotted it before I did that.
Slows down again. And GENG reroute a split on the cards. GMD wanted to lurk in through mid nice and late. Smoke as well. Very deep there. I was actually the paranoia going to be thrown. Rest of the boys trying to make their way back in, but Poise, he's hard invested. 1 and done position in corner. And he gets the information, but he whiffs the shots onto Sean. We'll take him down instead. It's going to be the filter out of sight. Sean is on fire. Him, Quinn, and GMD.
C9, they're catching
God's work.
up.
Triple kill for Sean there. And around that mattered most. Double digits acquired by GENG. 1 away from tying things up. 2 away from maybe taking his first match point.
And honestly, like, this is a good setup from Cloud9. Considering that there was no early trade, so if we're talking about a full 5v5 setup, when Cloud9 RM pistols and the one bucket they have as well, they get to heavily commit over towards A, credit given over to Mitch to put down some early slow orbs to make sure GENG can't just tank the site for free, power them
the
out.
Sean
And
you always
eventually
do
they
it with?
It
No.
really does come down to the fact that, you know, the initial kill on the sheriff that we saw down, I think it was Poise, right? He doesn't land a kill. If he does, I don't know if that's going to be enough anyway, just because the weapon difference for GENG was so extreme. And there's no Bucky there. It was, what, Relics on the other side. If it was shifting over towards B and Relics gets an opening kill and gets out, that could have been a pretty good round. We've got a bit of a pause going on, as I think Cloud9 certainly need a bit of time to figure out, okay, how do you navigate this round? Because we're into another situation. 3 players zeroed out. If Cloud9 drop this round and GENG get 11, Cloud9 are going to have to force buy. You know, or unless... Yeah, it's going to get bad. It's going to get pretty bad.
It's a rough situation that could get worse. So this round in particular, extremely crucial for C9 to get over the line. However, GENG, they've got the momentum. Let's see if they've carried that momentum.
That looks so weird when it swaps to someone opping.
We've seen over and over coming out from C9.
Ooh, this is good.
Drone, though, allows Boys to get on the line. Oh, there's the opportunity, and he takes...
GENG, really, you can't be holding on to this at this stage. And reset us back to the 1 minute mark.
Relics. Dropping that smoke, looking to try and play around it. Ooh, almost catches some damage on the blind fire. A couple of smoke bangs maybe around the corner, but he's aware that this could be a factor. So he falls back to site just at the right moment as well. Could have been stuck out on an island all on his own there at yellow.
30
Yeah, this will be a free site.
No, don't. Why, man?
Getting ready to go for the
What's the
retake.
point?
Paranoia comes out at the right moment, but Relics doesn't go off the back, but waits for the tap.
What?
And there's going to be a whole lot of cover. GMD.
Skylar, what are you doing?
Position there at yellow to stop the aggression. Spike goes down, and that's going to be the numbers. However, Poise finds one through the smoke. Disgusting. Pulled out the Blade Flurry as well. Blade Storm, rather. Just looking to find a little bit more. Leaf as well, swinging wide over towards yellow he goes.
I bet you
Poise
wish you were
still
live
just
with
looking to throw a
Paranoia
couple of
now,
knives
huh?
at the enemy, and there's the
I'm
opportunity.
so
Gets
mad.
the reset.
I'm so mad C9's
Now
winning
that's
this round.
pretty much the round for him, but GMD, he's gone very aggressively. Good position spotted, though, in the top of side. He manages to find 2 from there. Needs to go for the 4K to make this one happen.
Oh
Spamming on the bomb, no
my
one's
God.
there. Oh,
No
he
way.
makes it work! GENG!
Ah, my ears. Shit. Why was it so loud? Okay. Skylar, get your head in the game. What are you doing? Skylar could have won that round for his team. GMD hit some bangers, to be fair. They still should have won, but...
It was beautiful. The clutch, the 4K. GENG were looking pretty dire.
Oh.
It wasn't looking good for GENG. C9 we're really coming back. It starts with the fact that Poise
Call him
finds a
right now.
shoulder of Quinn through the smoke as well. Barely sees him. Cloud9, despite GENG getting the plant down, Cloud9 were getting those picks that were putting GENG in a really difficult position. If it wasn't for Gimon, that would have been a different round. And a nightmare scenario is about to come in. Cloud9, here we go. It's Sheriffs, it's 1 Spectre, and it's 1 more round until a team finds map point.
See if C9 can find anything on the pistols. GMD, the absolute champion from the previous round. It's actually going to be the other side of the map. Sean cracking open the A site with the entry. That draws a whole lot of attention from GENG rather, or from C9. They're going to be pushing down long as well. You can see that one happening eventually. Quinn in Sniper's Nest. He'll get away with his life, but on 63 HP, it's dangerous now for him to try to take an advanced angle on the operator. Relics just waiting for a rotation to maybe come back his way. But GMD starting to lurk up mid. 40 seconds to play with GENG. They need to make a move soon.
30 seconds
Cloud9
left.
have 4 members here. Wall's going to come up. That is defensively as well. This really puts GENG in a bit of a
Oh,
bind,
dude,
because
almost
now
caught
they
a
can work
glimpse
past
of him.
that. Showstopper from Leaf. He's got to find some good value. He whipped the previous one. Rocket goes in. That's Sean down, and now Cloud9 are in.
Holy shit,
A
dude.
lot of work. Mitch actually had a res. He goes
10
down.
seconds left.
1 versus
Managed to
2.
make
Oh,
at
the
perfect moment as
wall.
well, but now that wall's in the way. Relics on this flank. Can he find the timing? He's going to be cleared, and there it is. Quinn connects where it matters. Headshot with the Blade Storm. And Gen G
Match point.
secure themselves a 12th round, 1 away from map point. But here we go. C9. Can they take us into OT? They saved in the previous, so they've got weaponry here for the final round of regulation.
And that's the real talking point here, is the fact that Cloud9 nearly got that. They nearly came back on that round from an eco, or at least a half buy here. They had some half armors, yeah, they had some upgraded pistols, and they did that much damage. The Leaf connecting on the showstopper as well. Been waiting for one of those, and definitely made a bit of a difference. Cloud9 can still take us to an overtime. Poise can get res, it's fine. They need to get that body under
Oh
control.
man,
Okay.
this is rough, dude.
It does cost them the wall early.
Okay. There's that
Nice.
res coming through. Gen
They
G
turned that in
looking
their
for a little
favor.
bit
That's good.
more Impact straight down mid doesn't quite work out.
Well done.
Five
That was
now.
a good call to peek that shit.
Still, you can see Yeoman and Sova ultis.
It was good timing
are
too with
ready
the
to be
Silva, or
activated
with
for
the jet
C9,
being
so
hit with the dart.
keep them alive for as long as possible is certainly a priority.
There.
It's actually massive, considering the fact that Gen G were up by 1, the res comes through. They try to counter the res with the Hunter's Fury. Poise only barely dashes away. I think he still took 1 shot from that Hunter's Fury. And then on top of that, Kusha died, so Cloud9 have turned around a 4v5 into a 5v4, and with Relics down, it will be Gen G answering.
Oh no.
Can they fully control the site though? They still need to get this spike planted. No one's actually rotated in time from C9, so
Oh.
Leaf can maybe come around the back. He's used those blast packs to get to the short side of Snowman. Just waiting for another smoke to go down. Boys as well.
Go
following
Leaf.
in. Leaf. He's just running. He's doing what he does best. He's just tapping heads left, right, and center. Now C9, they've got the numbers. Zed chimes in as well with another. Mikhail holds his ground and still has a couple of volleys on the bomb, I believe. Doesn't win the fight though. Mitch will take him down. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be going to overtime here, maybe.
Well,
Now
Wait.
they might have. Do they have time?
We'll see.
They
They're
got it,
detained
right?
here. They're going to get on a spike straight away.
Okay.
They will have time.
They've
Just
got it.
barely. You got to, you know, breathe
I
for a
was
second,
kinda
because that
nervous
was
for a
really
second,
close.
dude.
We
I was
were
like,
okay,
wait.
yeah, Cloud9
Hold
take
up.
us to OT, and then for a half second, I think we're both sitting there like, but they're both detained, which means they can't defuse.
That would have been hilarious if they lost
Certainly
that
was
way,
something,
dude.
wasn't it?
Oh, it's live! Come on,
Yeah,
guys! What's happening?
An aggressor and not just like a sentinel type player. And now it's, you know, coming to life, him shot calling and having Ethan as that aggressive stage. So that's just kind of neat that it goes all the way
All right,
back
never mind.
to when he first started playing.
This round's boring.
Rounds
We're going back.
Genji had to get there. 6 in a row.
This is more. This is
Pulling
OT, dude.
Cloud9 in a binder, and then Cloud9 on that last round to then barely come back off the back of 2 players detained, getting that defuse as well. Back-to-back OTs here, if we consider our previous matchup, watching FaZe V1 as well. Same map, like you said here.
Watch
Sean
both
gonna
at
go for another
once.
early
You
wall
got
into
it.
Cube.
Able to play aggressive,
9.
but also playing
wanna do
passive
anything about that or
when
try
the
and
moment
break.
calls for it, right?
Doesn't
Because
really matter which
the
version.
biggest thing
Oh,
outside
hang
of
on.
the heal in the wall
This is great.
is that
GMD's gonna use the wall to
resurrection.
boost
So
up, and
your ability
Leaf is
to
gonna go
put a lot
straight
of
in.
trust in
He
Ethan to
is
say, hey,
certainly
go for it,
running
guys,
it
get
straight
shots
down
online,
mid
but
as
then
best
we
he
might
can,
need to
but
reel
Gen
you
G
back
holds strong
in,
for now.
so that way we
Come
can
out with
actually
the
get
advantage
use
in
out of
terms
that,
of
right?
numbers.
It's in the eye
and
of
now
the beholder,
C9
right?
trying
Like
to make
either
their
you
way
think
up
of
along
Sage
this
as an
still
agent
control
where you
of the
need to
spike
play more
and
passive
site
to
as
be
well.
able to
So
heal and res
might be
your
able to play
teammates,
from the
or you
post place.
think
Let's
of
see, though, if Zeta
those heals
She's got an
as
equalize going
self-sustains like
aggressively
a
over
Phoenix that
towards
heals
orange.
himself with hot hands. You use the
Looks
wall
like
to get
we are gonna
tricky
see
angle peeks on
Gen G
people,
take it
as
slow, wait
opposed
for
to
that
blocking off
recon
angles to
dart
let your
to
entry
come
trackers
back
go forward. Just depends on how you look
Trying
at
to
it.
get that out to as much information as possible on the
Right now we're
positioning
looking
of
at
both C9
full rifle round.
Nice
Right
check
from
from
the
C9
balls, we
Mitch
get
over
the
here.
best out of
Deletes
this
the
one because
recon
of the
as
awkward
well.
buys that
Slow
Under
off to
Thieves
make sure he
bring into
doesn't
the
get pushed,
bonus.
and the utility's time to run out now.
It's not
What
necessarily
more
a
is
given
given round.
round.
Most of
Rara
the stuff
able
is
to
gone.
find
It's
the
going to come
first,
down to
but
one.
Oh, no, Sean!
Right back, Rara picks up another beat. What's he doing? And living up
Running
to
at
what
3. Res off at the worst possible moment. Zeta facing does not.
Oh, that was fucking awesome. All right, let's watch this round of OT.
Something.
That was a tricky time to go for a res. And maybe, look, you can see, all right, Sean's thinking, do I maybe have time to go for this one? I don't know where Zeta is anyway. Probably he's not going to be shooting at me. Pulls up the hands, and the worst thing possible happens. At that point as well, I think you just commit to going for the Reds because you're already tagged down. You're behind the walls.
Oh, that's slow missed, I think. I don't think it was supposed to land there.
1v1 on 15 HP, not going to happen. Cloud9, like you said, 1 round away now from cleaning up our only first map. It's been a real barn burner, a slow burn as well. GENG on this attack, defaulting. It's going to be Gimond over towards B, meeting up with Relics, and the rest of GENG moving towards A.
No early aggression coming out from C9 this time. You can see a little worried. They don't want to give away any picks, which was losing them a lot of rounds in regulation. GENG, though, starting to group up over towards this B long area. Trying to make their way through.
Both these teams are so timid. They're so nervous right now.
But,
big round.
A little bit too late. Let's see. If C9 realize that GENG's gotten so aggressive already.
Oh, he caught a glimpse of him going yellow.
Spotted. You're going to see that molly popped.
Don't use your paranoia,
I think
please.
Relics saw it, and now all the Cloud9 are coming through. They're going to try and slow this one down. The wall's there as well. Flash. As Relics push, he tries, he gets punished.
Yeah, Quinn, solid position to stop that aggression. Manages to make light work of
Listen,
at the moment. Numbers
you
for
do it
GENG
once,
now.
it's a mistake. You do it every time,
Very far on the flank. Just
it's a
waiting for the time to
problem.
Come through. Looks
It's
like
a problem.
Sanders
It's not a mistake
certainly
anymore.
needle in terms of the timing. Can you get in where it matters most? Spark's actually going to be planted for maybe this mid flank to have a bit of impact as well. So even if C9 get back in, they have to worry about that. But Leaf now starting to go forward. C9 looking to close the distance as best they can. Quinn goes down after finding the triple.